Well, we're going through the chronological Bible, and we've gotten to the book of Ecclesiastes, which Solomon wrote probably late in life after he had to reflect on all of the things that he had done. And we've already looked at wisdom, and we saw that it concluded in chapter 1, verse 18, with great pain and much sorrow. We saw pleasure, both of the mind and of the body, and we saw what folly it was. We certainly can see that with people that try to stimulate the mind and the body with sex, with alcohol, with drugs, and pornography, and how addictive they can become and how they can destroy lives and families. And today we want to look at accomplishments. When I was a very young man, I started out right out of high school in an electronics field while I went to school at night. And I finally got a good job with a company called ITT, International Telephone and Telegraph, which was a conglomerate, and I was in the semiconductor division. I became the youngest purchasing manager in ITT history. I moved up the ladder till I was director of materials, and they shut down the plant. They put the padlocks on the doors and went out of the semiconductor business. Then I joined Stromberg Carlson, which was a division of General Dynamics. They were in telecommunications. They had 5 plants, 6,500 employees. They opened a corporate office in Tampa, Florida, and I moved up the ranks to become director of materials, watching over all 5 plants for materials. And before I left, I was offered a vice presidency if I would stay with them and move to Orlando to the new headquarters building there. And shortly after I declined that because God had called me into the ministry, Stromberg Carlson was broken up into 5 pieces for the 5 plants and sold off. And now today nobody would even know what Stromberg Carlson was, except they might, if they're old enough, remember the old Stromberg radios and TVs, or maybe the Stromberg carburetors. But that company too is now non-existent. Then I grew a great church in Tampa, Florida area, and Brandon, Florida, and we had built 2 buildings. We were running a good number of people in the services, and had $250,000 already saved up towards our next building, which was going to be a Christian Life Center or a Family Life Center. And in just 10 years, and 2 pastors that followed me, the church is now meeting in a little tiny building and trying to sell off some of the other buildings, and the number of people going to worship is extremely small. And so there's no lasting remembrances, no lasting qualities of those accomplishments in life, except with God. And then I think about the young men and young women that were called out into the mission, into ministry positions. I think about the lives that were changed, the marriages that were saved, the number of people who got on the right track, the people that had addictions that were brought back from the end. So only with God and His work is there lasting remembrances and lasting accomplishments. And so again, Solomon came to the conclusion in 2:17, chapter 2, verse 17, there's no lasting memories apart from God, and accomplishments are not the way for fulfillment unless they're accomplishments for the glory of God. See, no benefit in all of the wisdom that you can acquire by education and experiences, no pleasure that's lasting, no pleasure that doesn't lead to destruction apart from God, when you try to stimulate the mind and the body with things that are ungodly, and no accomplishments that mean to anything at all unless they're accompanied by being created for the accomplishments and the glory of God. Yes, Solomon understood. He had lived a long life. He had had everything that money could buy, and he certainly found that there was nothing in wisdom, nothing in pleasure, and nothing in accomplishments that was worth anything unless it was accompanied by to be done for the glory of God and done according to His commandments. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.